take you high. You're going up, right into the sky.
That's what I love, yeah. Cause I can take you there and never bring you back.
Turn your dreams into reality if you believe in
It's
that.
the R to the I in a swag. Who that is?
KD.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This your girl kkRinachan. Ain't nobody sweeter, so don't forget it. Today I'm here with Squish. Go ahead and say hi, Squish.
Hey guys.
Today I'm here with Squish because we just got done watching the series premiere of the brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot animated series, and it aired on Nickelodeon, and it's supposed to air every Saturday. You gotta pick one, babe. It's supposed to air every Saturday. You gotta pick someone else than Leonardo, because I already picked him. It airs every Saturday at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, and probably 11 everywhere else, on Nickelodeon. And, you know, I am not a fan of when they remake anything. I am the type of person that if I grew up with something, and I did grow up with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, though this was like my favorite show when I was a kid, outside of Transformers, Transformers the original, and Beast Wars. Like, this was my show. I still have the intro song memorized, and as we speak, my daughter Camilla, her dad is actually teaching her the song and letting her watch the entire original series on Netflix.
Oh man, I got squished.
Yes, you did. Now I want to tell you guys my review of the new animated series. Why? Because, you know, well, you know, you could say, oh, Rena, it's just a cartoon. It's not a big deal.
If you guys noticed, I'm the purple.
Yes,
turtle.
Squish is Donatello. It's not a big deal, Rena. Actually, guys, it is a big deal. It's a big deal to me. Whenever it is that they remake something from my childhood, you know, X-Men, Batman, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, anything that they remake from my childhood is important to me, because those are pieces of my childhood you're fucking up, you know what I mean? Or making, you know,
Mine too.
or making better, or whatever. So here's the thing, and you'll have to excuse me, Squish, I'm sorry I was cursing. But yeah, so this is my review of it, okay? We watched it today, and what did you think of it, Squish? I'll let you tell the people what you thought of the cartoon that you saw today. What did you think of it?
It was awesome. Oh, and did you see both of us slamming these guys back and forth?
Yep, we both did that.
Both of us did that.
Yeah. And, you know, that's kind of what the Teenage Ninja and I can't talk. That's kind of what the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is about, right? Teamwork. And they're brothers, so it's also about family. So, anyway, guys, my review of it, because Squish already thinks it's awesome, so, you know, I'm gonna be a little bit more critical of it, because obviously, like I said, this is my childhood we're talking about, and I don't really like remakes. I really don't. I think that usually they do them really poorly, and they don't think about what, you know, what it is that you need to keep from the original that was so great about it, you know, the core of it. So here's the thing, okay, guys? Here's my review of it. They kept all the great things about the original that I loved so much when I was a kid. They remade the intro song, which is actually not too bad. It actually is not too bad. I mean, they pretty much kept the core of the intro song too, and was talking about you know, the boys and who they were and what they did and the history behind the turtles and all that stuff in a rap song. And it was good. I don't know, it worked. It was alright. I mean, it wasn't spectacular, but it works. So the intro song is great. They kept all the core things about the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I loved so much. The backstory behind Splinter and Shredder was changed a little bit, but it's not really a big deal. It's not really a big deal. It's pretty much it's pretty much the same idea, and so that didn't really bother me too bad. The boys have great. Okay, the voice actors. Let's go there, okay? Because whenever you have a remake of a cartoon, you always want the voice acting to be spectacular, otherwise it's gonna really turn you off, no matter if you're a fan or not. And the voice acting was great. I loved it. The voice actor for Leonardo and Raphael, Mikey, Donatello, and Splinter, all very good. I'm not quite sold on Shredder. Because for someone who is still living in Tokyo, Japan, apparently, when I was watching the ending of the show, that's where he was, you know, instead of already being in New York. For someone that's supposedly supposed to be living in Tokyo, Japan, he sounds like a black dude. I mean, you know, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because he does sound real rough and ready to fight, but at the same time, it's like, I can't be sold on his character, you know, because obviously, in the original, and you know, it was the same thing for the original too, because he just kind of sounded like a angry white guy, to be honest with you. It sounded better in the original movie because, you know, because he was actually Japanese in the original movie, but whatever. Anyway, so the characters themselves are pretty much all the same. The voice actors were good except for Shredder, and you know, I think that the whole dynamic between the boys and them being brothers was their conversations with each other during fights, you know, how silly they would be, or you know, how smart ass Raphael is or whatever, and what a bossy person Leonardo is, and all of that dynamic is still there. They kept it, you know, and I think that even if you want to go there, they kind of sort of improved upon it. Now, as far as April is a little girl in this series. I actually approve of that. Why do I approve of April being a little girl instead of she's supposed to be a scientist's daughter instead of a news reporter? Because it doesn't make any sense for teenage boys to be in love with a reporter, a grown-ass woman, you know, that's kind of cradle robbing. And, I don't know, kind of a bad idea. Hold on, honey. So, I actually approve of the idea that April would be a young teenage girl just like the boys are young teenagers as well. Because it's not as creepy as the original plot or whatever. Because, you know, you kind of got the idea that the boys weren't as young as you thought they were just because April obviously is a grown-ass woman, right? And I didn't really like that, you know? As an adult myself, I don't want my son to just, you know, think of, you know, it's okay for grown women to be around teenage boys all the time. That's really creepy. But anyways, outside of that, you know, it's good. It's a good thing that April is a younger girl, you know, because from a parent standpoint, I can appreciate that they changed that part of it. Now, my most favorite thing about this new series is this. Okay, they pretty much kept everything that anybody would want them to keep about their original series. But now here's my favorite part that they added. Guys, they actually speak Japanese in the show. In the beginning, they didn't speak a whole lot of it, but I will give them credit for actually putting some Japanese culture in there. In the beginning, when the boys are sparring with each other, Leonardo and Raphael already took out Donatello and Michelangelo, and now it was time for them to battle each other. Well, Leonardo is ready, so he says, "Onegaishimasu," which signals to Raphael, please let's continue with the fight. And that's what they did. They started fighting. And when Raphael beat Leonardo and the battle was over, or the sparring, I should say, it wasn't really a battle. When the sparring was over, Splinter Sensei came in, and they actually call him Splinter Sensei rather than Master, which is awesome because I love that too. Whenever it is that you're being taught by your teacher in Japan, you are always going to be calling them Sensei, no matter if it's for martial arts or whether it's actual, whether they're actually teaching you something or whatever it might be. You're always going to call them Sensei. Now, after they were done sparring, Splinter came in and said, "Oh, you got him?" Mm-hmm. Okay, good. After Splinter came in, he said "Yame," which signaled the boys to stop fighting. And "Yame" is actually, you can use it as no or stop, or, well, I think it's more often used to stop. Now that I think about it, but so it's one of those things where I really I think it's awesome. As far back as I can remember, I have been totally enamored and fascinated with Japanese culture and history and the katana. The katana is one of my favorite things about Japanese culture. I cannot tell you why I am so in love with swords, Japanese swords specifically. I can't tell you why. That's just something that, I can, like I said, as far back as I can remember, these things, I've loved them. So, for the turtles to be up to date, still as awesome as they used to be, the only thing that kind of bothers me is that instead of cowabunga, Michelangelo says a new word, which I suppose is okay because no one's gonna say cowabunga anymore, right? That's outdated. So I guess he made up a new word, and I forgot what it was. It's really silly. But I don't know, that's the only thing. That's the only major change I think they made about the entire series is April is a little girl and Michelangelo no longer says cowabunga. But they're still the same pizza loving, awesome brothers that are turtles and ninjas at the same time. So anyway, I'm going to keep up with the series. I'm going to watch it every weekend with Squish. It's it's a good way for me and Squish to get together and be together and enjoy something together. And I think that a lot of mothers and fathers should do this with their kids. We shouldn't forget the things that we grew up with, and we should try and connect with our kids.
They shot both of us at the same time.
Yes, they did.
With the animals.
Yeah.
And both of us did the same thing.
Yep. So I think that it's important, you guys, to be able to reconnect with your childhood and also your kids, because your kids are not gonna be adults. They're not gonna act like adults. They're not gonna, you don't want them to grow up too fast. You do want them to have some sense of responsibilities, and that's fine. Like for instance, my son, his responsibilities are his homework and keeping his room clean. Sometimes, yeah, he does. He does a really good job keeping it clean, and also sometimes helping me with this little brother every once in a while.
Even though sometimes you don't ask him to.
Yep, he even helps me when I don't ask him to, because he's a great kid like that. So you just gotta let your kids be kids, and some sense of responsibility is perfectly fine. but you know, don't let them do it all, because you're the parent and they're the kid, you know. And sometimes we as parents need to, in order to relax and you know, not have such a stressful time, we need to go back to the place where we were kids too and just learn to have fun, you know. That's why this whole YouTube thing is good and awesome to me, and it helps me out and my kids, because we get to reconnect on video games and cartoons and all the awesome fun things that we can do together as a family, you know. Because yeah, going outside and playing is great, but sometimes, you know, you really need to be doing things with your kids. So, but anyways, alright guys, that's pretty much it for this. Is there anything else that you wanted to say about the Ninja Turtles? Was there anything that you noticed that you really liked? Or anything that you didn't like?
The part was funny where you got distracted and you went in the corner on the first level.
Oh, well, I meant the cartoon though, that we were just watching.
Oh. No.
No?
I liked all of it.
You liked all of it? Of course. And also, you know, there aren't as far as I can tell yet, as far as I could tell yet, there aren't too many adult themes in it. Like it's silly. The humor is silly, but you know, kid silly.
Oh, no. Oh.
It's kid silly and not like silly retarded. So it's great for kids, but it's pretty awesome for adults too. I have to say. I mean, I was watching it and I thought it was really cute and funny. You know, so all of it is pretty much in a good way. If you haven't checked out the series, I would say that you guys, you know, if you like the Turtles before and you have kids, you're going to like the series now. So I suggest any parents check it out with their kids. It's like I said, it's on Nickelodeon every Saturday at 11 Eastern and 10 Central. So anyway, I'll let you guys go because I'm gonna finish playing this with Squish, and then we're gonna watch the Iowa game, which is on at noon, I believe, today on ESPN2. Woo! Go Hawkeyes! But anyways, alright y'all, friends, loves, butt faces, until next time.
Hey guys, kkRinachan here. If you missed the previous vid, you can check it out now. And if you want more of me, don't forget to subscribe. Been here so long, but I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. Holding my breath till our love pulls me
Boy,
through.
I don't even breathe no more.
And all that you said, I won't walk away, so I stay here.